Well, today I asked my granddaughter if she would like to go down to our creek and do some creek riding, and she was all in favor of it. We have this beautiful creek that runs through one of our properties, and we love riding the creek, especially in the summer. And it wasn't too cool today, so we decided to go check it out. And we obviously have had some big rains, and we found some limbs. Some trees had been bent over here and kind of had blocked our path with a log down in the water. And which I carried my power saw with me today because I knew that we probably would run into a problem here. We've got some company coming in a couple of weeks from Michigan, and we wanted to kind of go ahead and be sure the creek was nice, because that's one thing we do. We love riding the creek, and when we have guests over to the farm, we have a lot of different things we do, but one of them is creek riding, especially in the summertime. We'll have lots of our friends come over and bring their buggies, and we'll ride this creek. And there's another creek we ride, but this is the one that runs through my place, and so I'm responsible for keeping it up. So had my saw with me, fortunately, got it out and started sawing all these limbs down. And it took me a little while to do it, but we finally got them. And then you'll see here in a minute, we took the winch and went ahead and winched, kind of had to pull them back a little bit, as you'll see. I was trying to avoid getting my feet wet, but there was really no way for me to get over there to those limbs to saw them off. So eventually I just had to go ahead and get in the water. I've got on my work boots, but they're leather, and obviously they soak up a lot of water. So I hooked my winch up here, have a Pioneer 700 buggy with a winch on it, great little rig that I ride. And so I took my winch and went ahead and drug these limbs out of the way. They had a lot of vines connected to them. That gives me a lot of trouble, but I tried to go ahead and cut all the vines down and then go ahead and pull that out. And then I had to do a little more sawing, but anyway, we finally got it down, got it kind of cut up, and got our path cleared here in just a minute, as you'll see. I guess right here I was convincing myself that this was the way we needed to go through. I don't know what I was doing. Sometimes I guess I do a lot of hand motions when I'm talking, trying to figure out how I can cut this limb off. Well, maybe I could get my buggy up there and stand on it, but I just had to get my feet well. Anyway, I got them cleared, so we're going to go ahead and make a pass through here and ride on down. We make a pretty good loop. We go down and come back out. If you notice right here, it's some clay that's showing here, and it's called Hattiesburg clay. We live probably 100, 125 miles west of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And the clay that you see right here, which is probably anywhere from 25 to 35 foot below our ground level, this creek has washed down to that level of clay. But in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, this same strata of clay comes out at the surface. So from here, over about 100, 125 miles east of here, this clay rises to the surface over there in certain areas. But here again, it's probably anywhere from 25 to 35 foot below our topsoil ground level up there. But this is just a fun little creek. It's just beautiful to take your time, ride down it. Sometimes in the summertime, when we have a bunch of us together, obviously we start racing, carrying on. But about twice a year, I just have to come in here with my power saw and trim limbs back. In the summer, it's fun to get in here and just splash and get wet and play and let the kids play. And then usually afterwards, we get all sandy and dirty. We'll go wash off at the house and jump in the pool and just have a good time with it. So as we're coming out up here, I asked my granddaughter, I said, let's go for another circle. And she said, okay, Papa. So we went back down in there. Well, this time I had my buggy in two-wheel drive. Normally, once you drive through this creek once, it's sand and rock and clay. But usually when you drive through it once, for whatever reason, it kind of compacts, and then I'm always challenged to go in two-wheel drive. I don't know why, I just like seeing what I can do in two-wheel drive. Well, we ended up, I was in two-wheel drive, and I think I even had it in turf mode, just which means it's not positive traction. And we get back to the place where we had cut those limbs a while ago and had to jump over this log. Well, I was going to stop and maybe trim the limbs a little bit more. Well, it was in two-wheel drive, and I went to pull forward and the back tire spun out and it sat down real quick on the bed. So I had to call my daughter, so she came over on her buggy. I have a winch, but when I was winching those vines and stuff out of the way, I ended up crossing the cable so tight up in there that I couldn't get the winch to free loose. Because if I could have got the winch loose, I would have been able to just hook it to a tree and pull myself right out. So I had to call my daughter to come down with her buggy. She has a different kind of buggy. And we usually, when we ride, we carry a very long tow rope. I mean, up to 100 plus feet with us when we ride, because sometimes you get stuck pretty good and you need to get to some, maybe a tree or good traction. So you see me right here, I'm stuck. So really all I'm about to do, I just told her to bring the tow rope down, and I just wanted to hook the tow rope to my winch. I didn't really want her to pull me out. I just wanted to hook the tow rope so I could free my winch up. And that's what we did. We just actually hooked the tow rope over to my winch. We put my winch in neutral, and here in just a second you'll see that she gives me a little pull and frees my winch cable up, and then I pull my cable out. There's a smaller tree to the left there. In just a second I just hooked the winch to and just yanked myself right on. Well, we got loose, so I'm going to follow my daughter on out. So she's about to go into what we call the clay bank right here. But anyway, it's just been a fun little creek to ride, a fun little place that we do down here in the deep south, southern Mississippi. Just some country entertainment, things that we enjoy doing down here. And you know what, folks, if you like this kind of video, this content, to see what we do down here in deep south Mississippi, please like my videos, subscribe, share, comment. If you have any questions or concerns, comment. Again, I'm going to try to make a better effort to start recording some videos. I enjoy it, enjoying sharing all the projects I do, and I quite often have people to ask me, hey, you ought to share that you do. But you'll see we do a crazy amount of things, from snow skiing to creek riding to mechanicking, the tractor work, the bulldozer work, the pond building. I know we're all over the map. So we just have a lot of different variety going on. So again, hopefully you enjoy this, and let me know what I need to improve on, what I need to correct, what I need to change, because I'm learning. Again, thank you for watching, and look forward to doing more with you guys. Over and out.